Okay.
Mhm.
So welcome back to the Banders Corner. I'm Nestor, DJ Nesta, with
Karen.
Karen from
Karen
from her
Couture
house.
Events. Yeah. Karen Couture Events.
This is episode number 3,
Yeah.
and we already went over. Our first episode was about DIY weddings.
Mhm.
Then we did a second episode based on what is a must,
What
what
is,
is important, what's not important. We listed them all
yeah.
based on different items
And then,
that they're normally
yep.
people tend to do
Yep.
or
Yep.
use or anything on a wedding. And then we said what was the most important, which ones were luxury items,
Yeah,
which ones
luxury. Yeah.
were
Yeah.
a must.
A must. Yeah.
um, this one is going to be also an episode where we just talk about um, kind of like reinforcing that same
Mm-hmm.
scenario that we just went to episode 2. But now we're going to go in more like on a personal level.
Mm-hmm.
What are um, the items or things or situations or vendors or different scenarios on a wedding that you definitely don't need,
Yeah. Or like,
or they're like uh out of fashion,
yeah, need to let
or
them go.
need to let them go. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like we're gonna call this one the cliche of items on a wedding.
Yeah.
And when then some things can be considered classics that you still need to keep,
Mm-hmm.
in your opinion and in
Yeah.
my opinion, and which ones are like they're not up to date, at least not for now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna start. Karen,
Okay.
the floor is
So
yours.
let's see. So with things that I would say should maybe what stay, or no, let's say with the things that are cliche, right? So things that I feel that you can let go, that
Yeah.
is not like mandatory. Oh my god, I have to do it this way. Um, will be the bouquet toss.
Okay.
One thing that comes to my head, right?
And that's your kind of like entering in the the DJ and MC kind of like entertainment
Mm-hmm.
territory there a little bit. And yeah, bouquet toss are being rare these days.
Yeah, very, very rare. I would say that now either they give it to the mom because the mom doesn't get a space, which is something very weird because you could do many things for moms in weddings,
Yeah.
and now the ideas are out there.
Yeah.
And then the other thing would be give it to someone when they're using it to propose to someone else on your wedding day, of course, with like you knowing this to who you're going to give it to. That's another way to use the bouquet. And then the what's it called, that word, garnier,
The garter.
garter, yes, I can
Yeah.
never pronounce that word. The garter, it's less and less that you see grooms going.
Okay, so for to put a little bit in context, so first the bouquet is traditional. The people, the brides will throw the bouquet
Yeah.
to all the single ladies in the house,
Yeah.
and you get the Beyonce song, all the single ladies
Yeah.
and all that,
They call everybody down.
right? And then we call the single ladies in the house, and then we'll do the bouquet toss. I personally,
Mhm.
I like it.
Okay. Why?
When I'm emceeing, I
Yeah.
think that is a way to to connect with people once again. Like normally when you do this, it's around your dancing's already start and you have DJs playing,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then you do this, and then it's always fun. I find it fun. It's a little bit of a you know an old tradition, and I don't think people use it for the same reasons. Like technically, in majority of the countries that I know of, whoever receives it is the one that's going to get married next.
Yes, that's
Kind of
the
like
idea.
scenario, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But we all know that that is something that it's not going to be the case. You just
No.
receive it. It's for the fun. So for me, for the interaction part of it,
It's good for you. Yeah.
it's good at us when we're doing the MC, because you can get to connect with people and you get to do something fun and interactive.
Yeah.
Like in a wedding that you have a lot of interactions, like let's say you don't have a band or you don't have entertainers or something, that's kind of breaks a little bit and they also gives the DJ a little bit of a break, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, from that part, the garter is like the bride just taking the groom taking the garter out of the bride's
Leg.
leg. That I see less and less.
Yeah, I've not seen
We
it.
always make it something fun as well
Yeah.
with it, because nothing like, I think I did a wedding not so long ago that actually the brother of the groom actually put the wedding dress.
The brother. Oh, but that was for picture purposes before they see.
No, no, no. So they blindfolded the groom,
Yes.
and the groom's thinking that he's picking the garter from his wife's
Oh,
leg,
sugar.
and it was his brother with the wedding dress. So they went all the way
Oh, wow.
to actually put a dress
That's
to him.
nice.
It was funny.
You can find it maybe on his social media. That would be nice.
Right. So that is something that
That's a good video. You should record it next time to put it
I
on your
was
social
actually
media.
I was unseen. So
Yeah.
I think I don't remember if I actually recorded, because I kind of do that when I'm throwing the bouquet.
Yeah.
I'm recording, if you know,
If you
if
see
the
it.
situation,
Yes,
you know,
yes, yes, yes.
we have the opportunity to do it, but
Yeah.
there's sometimes it's like very, oh, you need to do this now, and then I don't
You
get my
can't.
phone
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in this scenario, it was funny because they were Latin, they were Uruguayans,
Oh, wow.
and they were super fun. They were super fun. They were super chill, sweet couple.
Yeah.
The brother of the groom put the dress. He was fun, so we made a fun of it. So in that scenario, I will say it depends on tradition, family,
Yeah.
what is expected. But you need to know that nobody like will tell you two people out of 10 weddings, or two couples out of 10 weddings will do that. I've seen it less and less and less. Got her.
Yeah. I've not seen in all the weddings I've done
And
this
then
year.
we cover,
Nothing.
I think in the other episode, we covered the actual scenario of the centerpiece.
Yeah.
So people are not giving them away
No.
because they're mostly rentals
Yeah. Or plastic.
or plastic,
Because budget.
right?
Right.
So
yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
something that we covered before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in this scenario, that's another piece of uh, scenario that we're seeing less and less is centerpiece games.
Yeah, centerpiece game. The other thing I would say that people are sometimes either it doesn't fit on their schedule, and this is the point of view as a wedding planner. It doesn't either fit on their schedule, or it's kind of tough because of let's say traffic or whatever, wherever, depending on where you're moving to, where you're going, and where you want to go. Is like after ceremony, people are going typically to do some photo shoots before the reception, right? They have the little gap, yeah. But sometimes the gap is too small. Yeah. So they no longer have the gap to do those photos, and now they're doing it after the fact. To put again their dress, which is a nice touch, I would say, but you do spend a little bit more because now you have to move everybody once again. Put your makeup or put a makeup or whatever to go use your dress. At least you get to use the dress again, right? Yeah. And take your pictures in another day, because now that is taking, oh my God, you're posing the whole day. I have had brides and grooms by 8, 9 o'clock, I don't want to smile anymore. Yeah. Karen, I'm tired of smiling. This hurts. Yeah. Right? Because they're from what, 6 o'clock in the morning? All the way till...
and that's actually a good point. I used to, when I was doing sales for the AB, and I was talking to a lot of clients, and I often ask them if they open up, and if they open up and you can get to talk to them a little bit more. And there was a lot of stress around the preparations, the planning, all that, and that's kind of like a natural thing. But then I remember talking to a bride once. It's like, well, what is causing you stress? Like, because you're worrying about what other people is going to think. Yeah. Right. You're doing this for you. Are you putting all this stress for you or for somebody else? Yeah. So when you actually think of it like that, and you are, imagine you don't have stupid money that you can throw and whatever. Because whoever has stupid money, normally they don't stress about anything. Yeah. But if you put your savings, and that's another good topic, like if it's worth it to
spend a lot of money,
gone in debt for a wedding. No. That's something that's for another video. Yeah. That's like okay. Yeah. But definitely, I think in that scenario, it's often the wrong reasons. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it because you want to do it. You want to
Mm.
spend the money. You want to have your day. Don't stress.
Mm.
Things are gonna happen. That's why again you hire professionals to do the professional part, so you don't have to worry about all these things.
Yeah.
I seen that this happened to me last week. I was doing a wedding, and the groom was very particular on.
Mm.
He has some dancers, the family members. They're gonna dance. There's an ethnicity, and they like
Yeah.
to dance a lot. Um, and he was very specific on the order how he wanted dancers same day edit their speech.
Okay.
Didn't line up. Didn't line up with like because when I see an agenda, and we're
Yeah.
gonna talk about this. You
Yeah.
see an agenda as a planner,
Yeah.
and when I see an agenda, for me, it's a show flow
Yeah.
that is almost like a storytelling, right?
Correct. Mm.
You're gonna go here to here to here to here to here to here until you get to the peak, which is dancing. Then we start dancing, and
Yeah.
that's how I see DJ. That's how I see music in general
Yeah.
for weddings, right? So in this scenario, like he wanted to do his speech, he wanted to do um, um, the same day edit.
Yeah.
While everybody was on the dance floor, everybody watching together. He wanted a group, so it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
But he was so stressed about this
Mm-hmm.
that now he put stress on me as the MC. Now I'm putting stress on the planner.
Yeah.
The planner were lovely,
Yeah.
and we had a hiccup there that I'll tell you later. But nevertheless, what I want to say is like he was too stressed.
Mm-hmm.
Something that he thought it was a good idea, but not necessarily. Uh,
You work with
it,
the flow. Yeah.
exactly right. So
Yeah.
you need to get the planner, get DMC, get that person, get that coordinator to actually suggest you
Yeah.
what is it going to be the best flow for what you
Not
want to
only
achieve.
that, even the venue. What if it doesn't match even with
Well,
the
this is
food
the
or
third
the
party. This is the third party that I done lately that deserves almost like non-existent.
Yeah, they don't put it. People are like, "Oh, this is dessert. It's okay. Just let it drop." No, but sometimes it's a nice
I don't
dessert.
like it. I like to.
Yeah.
I very organized, and I respect. I don't like when we do things and you have the servers coming in and out with plates and stuff.
Yeah.
So basically, I think that my third party on the road, three different venues
Mm-hmm.
that because of the agenda and the way they did things
Yeah.
that it put so much stress that I had to almost the venue had to drop the dessert like nothing, like well everything was happening, and
Well,
that's something that is for me is very like if you do have a crowded like if you have a lot of things that you want to accomplish, the first that you need to do is that you need to behave as a bride and groom. You need to be sitting down majority of the time.
mm-hmm.
Like this room asks for like I want to go to the like washroom. Okay, go to the washroom.
Yeah,
Whatever.
that's
I'm
fine.
gonna chill by the bar. I'm gonna do this. And you wanted to have a smoke. But meanwhile, he was pressuring us to get the agenda at a certain time. So the two things we need to chase him around. It was
Yeah.
very hectic, right? So people don't realize how interesting it can get,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? No, it's not always simple, but nevertheless, I think we went a little bit too much over these past experiences, but the reality is that if you do have that professional, let the professional do the work and let them, suggest you what is the best way to do this flow or
Yeah.
whatnot, right?
Yeah. Yeah. To go
Um,
back to like, let's say things that let's not do or skip or it's a little bit old fashioned or whatever it is. My intake will be a lot of speeches.
yeah, definitely.
It's but why?
I think
Like
speeches should be strict to maid of
minimum
honor, best man, parents of the bride and groom.
parents of the well yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
parents of
So
the bride and groom.
bride and groom done.
That's it.
That's it. I don't want to hear about your friends. I don't want nobody wants to hear about oh when you were so small. No.
Listen,
No.
I think
That is like
that is too much.
yeah, it's
And the
20 people. No.
the problem is that um, people won't like there's genuine people there. I'm not saying that your family and friends are not gonna care.
Mm.
They do care, but they're in a party.
Yeah, and they want to have
They're not
the
on a
party
meeting.
time.
They're not on a meeting. They're not
Yeah.
on a day meeting that they need to attend work, right? So they
Yeah.
need to sit down and listen to a speech.
Yeah, yeah.
So it is proven that people after a certain time start
You have a
focusing on.
honestly, people have in weddings a 2 minute or 3 minute spam of speech they can actually handle. It needs to be funny. It needs to be resourceful. It needs to be like the other day. I had a he brought, and this was the father of the bride. He brought props
Yeah,
with him for his speech. Everybody was captivated because everybody was looking what else he's gonna pull out,
yeah,
right? So with this is it was an experience for almost 300 people in
yeah,
there to see what else he's gonna say, what else he's gonna pull out, what else he's
yeah,
gonna show, right? With a slideshow,
yeah,
with props, and a speech that would had everybody laughing for 3 minutes. It was 3 minutes. It was
yeah,
not like it was forever, right? And the mom that was a little bit less, outspoken, let's
yeah,
say,
yeah,
she was the one doing the props, and that's how she was part of it,
yeah,
right? Because there's not everybody wants to talk,
yeah,
right? So I would say speeches. Let's just cut them down as much as possible.
yeah,
You have to do them once people have food in front of them.
yeah.
So they're doing something as they're hearing you, and they're like, oh my God, now I cannot have alcohol. And I'm here just sitting, listening to this guy that I don't even know who he is.
Yeah, no, I would say definitely. Well, the father of the group, the father of the bride,
Yeah.
completely resonates with me because I have a daughter.
You better do
And
a good speech.
yeah, right. So I would say that that's important. And
Yeah.
then that order, you don't have to like that's the other thing. Like I see a lot of couples trying to reinvent the wheel. Like there's something things that work,
Mm.
and if you have speech dance, you have the father daughter dance, the son mother
Yeah.
dance.
Yeah.
Thereafter those speeches, it's cookie cutter. It's right there. Like you don't have to. Oh, I'm gonna do the dance when at this time, but then we're gonna do this. So
But then you're gonna cut off the dancing. Well, why are you gonna do that?
exactly,
You're gonna kill your
and,
party.
and then
Yeah.
you need to give their space to,
Yeah.
to serve you the food that you're paying
A lot of money.
probably a lot of money for, right? So
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So in that scenario, speeches, yes, I agree with you. I've seen some couples doing the speech right away,
Yeah.
which is get it out of the way
Yeah.
instead of calling the toast or like normally you have like
The welcome speech.
the welcome speech
Yeah.
or the toast for the bride and groom. They're doing it right away, which
And they're cutting their cake and get that
yeah,
all
that
done.
cutting the cake and announce people don't
No, they
care.
don't care. They don't. It's so
You
much of a
don't
waste
need
of time.
you don't need that. You don't need
No.
to announce that. You need to in some of those scenarios in that agenda, put your videographers and photographers to do your photo.
Yeah, that's
Do
it.
your photo and that's it. Your good
As you
photo.
enter, cut your cake, do your
Unless
shit.
it's a traditional family thing that you're
No.
gonna make something out of that, or you actually gonna do something. I know there's some cultures they actually it's very important the feeding
Yeah.
of the cake.
Yeah, the feeding of the cake.
But when you're in the cake,
Otherwise,
it's just for the picture. Just do it
get rid
yourself.
of it.
You
Yeah.
don't you
Yeah.
don't have
That's
to
it.
announce it.
Yeah.
I announce it in the past, and it's like okay, so we're gonna cut the cake, and then people like
Okay.
won't like
Yeah,
they don't
they're
care.
like, yeah,
So
okay, they gotta go to the bar.
that's kind of like the part that
Yeah.
people won't tell you. This is the other thing. When you are talking to a vendor, you're probably not gonna talk to a vendor like we're talking right now. Because
No.
I'll never say to the client, "Oh, don't do this. That's what you want to do."
Yeah, we'll follow.
But we'll try
follow
to we'll try to suggest in a nice way. But now in this way, like, don't do it. Like listen, it's up to you
Yeah.
what you want to do, right? So but definitely that's a good point.
Yeah.
What else?
What else I was gonna say? This thing about table numbers keeps coming to me. Like, yeah, table numbers is easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 100% you can do table numbers, easy peasy. You put table numbers, done. Now, this seating charts, right? You print them, cost you money. There's a new way of there's so many new ways of doing seating
Okay.
charts. So the screens, for me, I feel it's amazing. The new
You put
screens
it in
that
put
you
it
put
on a
on the
screen
screen
with a
and they
slideshow.
decor. It's like a slideshow and whatever, and it's like a big screen where people can actually see.
Yeah.
Right? It's beautiful, easy. It's alphabetical by last name, right? And then your table number there, easy peasy to like people don't get lost, right? Now with that has to go, and this go hands by hand, I would say, is the table numbers are done in a particular sequence that closer to the bride and groom is your closest numbers, right? So 1 to, let's say, I don't know, 10 top, right? And then in the bottom you got your lowest numbers, because the
Yeah.
other day I had a wedding planner. She was like, "Oh no, we'll do it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then go around." I'm like, "No, that's not working." Like, no. And she's like, "Oh, it's okay, it doesn't matter. That's how I can tell them where to go." No, because now the family that is on this side is gonna get high numbers and they're gonna feel insulted.
Yeah.
I don't think that goes right.
That's a good one. A good thing you brought in, which I always find it very interesting. Do you still think that is nice to put separate groom side, bride side?
You could mix them, but then the thing is, what I have found a
Yep.
couple times is some families don't mix.
Okay.
And there's some issues in between families. So then you gotta kind of use the dance floor to split the space, right?
Okay.
It is nice. I've seen
Okay.
people that they do one whole family table for the new families together. And
Okay.
that's nice because now you're really symbolizing, hey, two people join, we're all family now. Let's sit together. Not like this is my side, that's your side. Yeah, they still
Yeah,
do.
because traditionally that's kind of like the way, right?
Yeah,
Like I
like this
don't.
is bride side, that's groom side for every guest or whatever. But at the end, it's honestly is the families who invite like that.
Okay.
Because the bride and the groom is what? These are friends. And
Yeah.
the friends are where? Near the bar.
Yeah.
Right? So it really depends on who makes the party, I would say.
And I think the table, the don't know. I'm not completely against the whole seating chart.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's the easiest way, especially for the older crowd.
100% to find their, yeah.
Older crowd tends to be more confused in terms of maybe
Well,
screens
I
and
have
stuff
been
like
to a
that.
wedding this year and I was confused.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, wait, where is this? Because again, the floor plan of where the event was happening, where the wedding was happening, was not your standard square.
Okay.
So then if you have a tree and then you have food in the middle and then the dance floor and the bride and groom in a weird position, you're like,
And you
okay,
don't. I think we talked about this before.
yeah.
You don't send that in your in their invitations or anything.
No, it doesn't look nice.
Doesn't
You,
like
if
they
you,
used to be like we're talking about years ago. They used to put like a little card, right? Like a little card on
that
the.
tells you, yeah, but the problem is now is like people will either cancel or whatever 5 days out.
You told me. You told me. I think that when we talked about this,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, you told me that it was a matter of they're always gonna lose. They're never gonna remember.
Yes.
If they don't bring the
They
don't
never
bring the
bring
invitation.
Who's gonna bring the invitation to a wedding?
Yeah.
I don't remember me bringing the invitation to a wedding.
Yeah.
I get the information, I put on my fridge or put it somewhere, and then you forget about it.
Okay.
That's it. Unless, yeah, there's nothing.
Okay.
There's nothing.
I would say the A/B side of it, like with TVs, are nice if it's done correctly.
Yeah, of course.
You have to do it correctly. You cannot scroll it that fast.
No, it's
And
not the one I'm talking about. The new ones that are
Yeah.
coming out is not scrolling. It's a big screen. They can even put 2, 3 TVs together, and they make a whole square that
Okay.
becomes into
Almost like a
whole
video wall.
a video wall. It's a complete video. It doesn't scroll. It stays. It's like an
I
image.
like
And
that. I
yeah.
haven't seen that.
Well, I'll show you. I'll show you.
Okay.
It's beautiful. It's
Okay.
very nice. Not
Nice.
like the little screens that are like you're thinking like a movie.
Yeah. I
Going
think
up,
like a PowerPoint
no,
looping
no
or
looping,
okay.
no nothing. It stays still.
So
You
it's
can
almost like you get a printout.
yeah, it's
You
not
make the graphic
it stays
and
there
you put it on
on a TV. That's it, and it
Okay.
stays there. And the good part of it is you can edit it on hand. Let's say someone shows up, you know where you have your empty spots. Zoop, that's it.
Okay.
You can put it in, right?
And you hire a company for that? Like I'm assuming there's a company just doing this, or that's a decor. A new decor.
The decor companies now have that option because they're bringing screens, and I know actually a particular one who's bringing a lot of screens, and they're selling them as backdrop nows. LED backdrop. You want it? Sure, we have a decor company. Not anymore.
So it's not even AV now. Wow.
Nope. I have a name that I won't give right now because it will be for publicity. But I have a name and I'll tell you later. That is bringing screens, already brought screens. It was last time it was 36 by 40 something backdrop screen. That's a whole like these big companies when we do corporate events.
Yeah, it's a video wall. But this is not this is an LCD. Is that like a TV wall or like the one where we don't exactly like that, or is it an actual LED wall like
LED wall?
LED.
LED.
Well, that's an overkill.
Like it's
LED for seating chart. That's crazy. Because for a backdrop, I can see it.
For a backdrop, yeah, because they have images moving and stuff like that, right?
Backdrop, I can see it, but for a seating chart, unless you have to put like 4 panels, small panels, yeah, I can see that happening.
I don't know.
but I see that is in the luxury category for
Oh,
sure.
100%. Yeah.
That's
Unless
some.
they include it in their packages and then you're like, okay, look, if he's throwing it in and just to make it look nice, then
Oh,
that's fine.
okay. Oh, okay. So that's okay.
I
So
got
that's
another one and I forgot. Oh, gifts
okay.
to go. People
Okay.
are not doing that anymore.
Okay.
Rarely I see that. And if they do, they're trying to innovate as much as they can, right? Things that you're going to use. So olive oil,
I seen yeah
right?
the honey.
The honey
I seen
tea.
like a
Well,
can opener, like not a can
yeah,
opener, like a
no, but
bottle
a bottle
opener.
opener.
Yeah.
What else I saw the other day? It was a tea, like a nice
I
tea,
see
whatever.
a cup with the names,
Yeah, oh, the shot glasses.
this
Yeah.
one's been more like a Scotch glass.
Oh,
Maybe
beautiful.
like
Oh,
very nice. I
that's
was
it.
actually
Yeah,
right by the Goonies there.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah,
More personalized things to go. For example, I saw the other day. This was a little bit of up there. A bottle of your choice. You have three. You could choose tequila, vodka, or whatever. Let's say Scotch.
okay.
You say I want that bottle, okay, and they will engrave your last name on it, and you get to
Oh,
take it home. So it's a calligrapher on the spot
okay.
doing your last name, and the bottle is for you to
Oh,
take
that's
home.
nice.
I would take
That's a
that.
luxury, but that's pretty cool.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
one. Cigars. Right? So
Cigars.
cigars. Oh, I got another one and I forgot. Was the calligrapher? Calligrapher. Oh, the drawings. Like the caricature, but not it's a nice one. Not like
Yeah,
making fun of you, but a nice
yeah.
to go.
I seen those.
Yeah.
I seen those.
Or the portrait lounge area, right? So
Yeah.
instead of giving you a gift, they give you a nice picture of you to take home,
Yeah.
right?
I think with this, we talk about it that I saw this new company that's doing instead of photo booths, they're doing portraits
Yeah.
for an hour, which
For
is
an
pretty
hour.
cool.
It's
That's
pretty cool.
one of the things that I would definitely see. This is one of the coolest things that I've seen.
Yeah.
Lately.
Yeah.
That is kind of different. You get like a nice picture.
I remember. Yeah. Tattoo artist.
Okay.
Literally a tattoo artist on your reception area making tiny tattoos for you for free, which there's a list of things you can pick. They do it to you on the spot.
No way. Like an
100%.
actual tattoo?
Actual tattoo.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I was so excited.
You got one?
No, I was not allowed.
Oh.
But it's like paid for 2-3 hours.
Well, do like a little star.
You could do
or
a star, a heart, word.
love,
but it's like just the fine, like not like whatever. But the guy that I saw that he was doing it, and again, nice presentation of the tattoo artist. He brought in everything, like a whole little mini studio. It was beautiful. They were recording. They can give you the video.
Well,
Amazing.
that's pretty cool. That's
Amazing.
another luxury item that
Yeah.
I say
Yeah.
yes. That's
I would have 100%. It was very very nice. That
you got that you got that vendor like that.
I got the vendor. I know. I'll share it with you.
We might share some vendors here.
This is awesome.
Like we're trying not to sponsor anybody here because that's not what we're here for.
Yeah.
This is more like it's for the brides and grooms or starting and they want to get some information.
I always say like if you find a nice vendor that you want to work with, I with no problem whatsoever. I was like, no. You know what? I know a person. It's not that person's giving me nothing.
Exactly.
It's just for like, you know what? I want to work with that person in another wedding that maybe I may work with, right? So it's just kind of cool. That's why 100%. Yeah.
Okay, so I think this is becoming like a part two of the second thing because we're talking more like items that they're like, like more like negative cliche things.
Yeah.
They're more innovative stuff.
Yeah, I think
they're kind of like in the category of the luxury or the must. Obviously, anything as a tattoo art is not a must. It could be a must for a lot of people, but not necessarily for your wedding, right? So I would say this is becoming that. I would say, if we think about the whole day of a wedding from start to finish, we can get some clues there. So in the morning, you definitely need your makeup. You need your hair salon, whatever it is.
One big thing I have with makeup, for example, it really depends on how much makeup does a person really wear. Because in my personal opinion, sometimes brides look completely different. Like it's a thing. Like once you take all off, darling, I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Right. So if you don't need that,
it's funny. It's funny that you mentioned that because I remember when I got married,
Mm.
um, I had a big question mark in my hair in my head that how my wife's gonna look like.
Yeah.
I didn't have a clue, you know. From where I'm from, says like it's by luck to see the bride before the
Yeah, yeah,
wedding.
you can't, you can't.
So this is old fashioned. You go to church.
Yeah.
I'm down the aisle waiting for her, and then
Yeah.
she
You have
there
not
there
seen
she
her
goes.
all,
I haven't
yeah.
seen her, right? So
Yeah.
that's how I got married. And I remember thinking, oh my
Yeah.
god, she looked gorgeous. I
Yes.
loved it.
Yeah.
I was like, am I gonna like it? Is she's gonna have one of these, you know, like a hairdo there that
So
it's
it's
gonna be
like,
horrible. I had a big question mark, and I was definitely not that, you know, it's not that I was losing my sleep out of it,
yeah.
but I wondered. But I can remember having that wow, even the dress.
Yes, correct. Because you don't know
He was
nothing.
like, "Wow,
Wow,
that's
it's
pretty
nice.
cool."
Yeah.
So yeah, it's something that
Yeah.
is very
Yeah.
nice.
So
I that's something that I see here in Canada a lot is that I see that a lot of bride and grooms they see each other even
yeah, they
before
do
the.
a first look, or they do the pictures that I was talking about. Instead of doing them after the ceremony because of the timing, they do it in the morning, so they see each
I
other.
definitely recommend you that even if, not even like by culture or anything or like you're gonna think that seeing the bride before is a bad luck. I don't believe that at all.
No.
But try to do it.
Yeah,
Try to not seeing each other until she walks down the aisle.
must be. Yeah, yeah.
It's just like it's exactly the same. Like I had this person when my wife was pregnant. I remember this person asked me if I knew the gender. I
Yeah.
say yes, and he got so angry, and I'm like, but
Why?
what do you mean? And we were like we're in a truck and we're talking for a long time, and he went all this way to explain to me that's one of the few things in life that is a nice surprise. So why ruin it?
Yeah, yeah.
And I never thought about it
Yeah.
in that way. That's an error. Like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like I didn't like I thought like it was important what clothes to buy or oh, I'm gonna
Yeah,
buy
what is gonna
this
be
and
this?
blah blah
That's
blah.
true. Yeah, if you think
But it's
about
like
that.
you why you want to ruin that for yourself? Like to
Yeah.
see oh here's your daughter, here's your son.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like
yeah.
what? So
Yeah.
you're taking away that emotion when it's not like when they gave my daughter in my arms. I was like I was in awe. It was
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, yeah. But you took away that
But
part. Yeah,
it's true.
that's
It's
true.
true. So maybe as a thing, just you know, patent pending. Just try not to see
Your bride,
your
yeah,
bride until down the aisle, even if he's in a hall. Like
yeah. Doesn't
just turn
matter.
around and look at her like son. Like there's so much production behind this.
Yeah, yeah. I've done that. I've seen like the what do you call that? I called it in the last video I did. One of the videos I did on my Instagram was see yourself in the eyes of a wedding planner. What does the wedding planner see throughout
Yeah,
the day?
yeah,
Right? And it's true. It's a whole production moving around you. And now the pictures and videos that you get or whatever you see as a
yeah.
bride and a groom is totally different, right?
Yeah,
But it's true.
completely,
Yeah,
completely.
yeah,
It's just magic, right?
yeah.
It's like go to Disney and then being in, I know, it's a small world after all,
Yeah.
or the ride just you know malfunctioning. You need to exit into the back door, and you're like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
lose
You lose the
you
whole,
lose the
yeah.
magic, right? So
Yeah.
maybe that mystery it needs to be there. I don't know. It's something that I think that is something that you can create a good memory out of it.
Mm.
Your reaction shots. So you're paying for a photographer for a videographer. They're gonna be real. That's
Yeah.
gonna be.
It's not gonna be fake.
Although it's gonna be something funny if you don't like it, she comes with a lot of makeup going to your phone.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think
Nah.
you know your wife or your future wife.
Yeah.
You know how she looks like when she's with makeup. You guys have gone to parties. You haven't gone to you seen in you know different aspect of life. That if you're already getting married, it's because you already know that part. So I don't think that surprise, like me being surprised about it, was like nice because I was thinking about it a little bit, maybe too much for
Mm.
what it was. But it was reaffirming that I was very, you know, she was gorgeous or whatever what it was. But I think it
Yeah.
was the moment, right? It's a lot of to sink in that scenario. Okay, so the makeup, the gold, so pictures for sure. You need to do the pictures.
Yeah, like
That's nothing you could
that's
do.
nothing
Like
you can do.
if
So
you're paying
pictures
the
is the
money,
only, it's the
paying
only
the money.
thing that you like. You're getting what, pictures, and if anything, a video, right? Now this is the new trend of doing like what's it called, that new trend with oh god, I forgot the person that follows you with the phone doing small videos and small
Okay,
what's it called,
so
content creator. That's the word, right? For you to have something after your wedding, because then your photographer and your videographer are not going to be, what? It's not talking.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think
there, very very low. There,
it's very low.
there, higher.
Okay,
Aquí, ahí está mejor. There you go.
okay,
Yeah.
you have it.
Okay.
Let's gonna do a quick check here.
Check.
Maybe that one.
There you go. Check. Check. Yeah, it's
Okay,
okay.
you good?
Yeah, you're good. Good.
Perfect.
What were you saying? I forgot.
Um, yeah. So we were talking about the
Content creator, yeah, so that other person that will follow you around and give you, the videos to post on Instagram or social media, this that will be the immediate thing that you'll get next day or after 3 days, because your photographer and your videographer are going to take a little bit longer to do and edit all those pictures and videos that they take, because they take gazillion of them to send them to you, right? Or give them to you in a printed version or whatever you got, right?
So yeah, so I think definitely that content creator maybe is a little bit too much. Again, if you
It's
have
in the in
if you
the
have
in the
the
luxury
money,
luxury,
if
yeah.
you have the money,
Yeah.
definitely. Then I think cliches are like first dance. Yes, we need to have the first dance.
Yeah.
Uh,
How do you have that first dance? Maybe a little bit different, right?
Okay, so definitely that content creation, and things like again, first dance, father daughter dance,
The cake,
the cake, cutting the cake. We say what it
the
was.
toast, the speeches from the bride and the groom, right?
Yeah, definitely those ones are a must.
Yeah.
It's just the order how you do them. Just you don't have to do like a lot to it.
No.
I think that would be the best scenario. So I think we're gonna wrap it up for this one. So we have some technical issues. Yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up. Again, I think this one was kind of like a second part of the second thing, more than and well, we have some interesting stories that we're gonna follow up more.
Yeah.
In future videos, we have some videos that we're gonna create about more specific guidance for you. Again, it's Nestor, DJ Nesta, and Karen.
Karen Couture event.
There you go. We're gonna put the information below, and yeah, till the next one, and cut.